now on Kcal 9 News at 9.
And that breaking news tonight, a sheriff's department in mourning after the death of one of their own. Plus the dramatic chase for the suspect who killed that deputy in cold blood. You're going to see more of how it ended.
A promise for mid-air improvements. I'm Rick Montanez live in Burbank. Coming up, what Southwest Airlines is promising for its Friday flight schedule.
And we have another day of cloudy, cool weather, but you're going to need some rain gear if you're ringing in the new year. And I'll tell you why in my next weather forecast.
And we do begin with that breaking news. The Riverside County Sheriff's deputy killed on duty today has been identified. Isaiah Cordero was a motorcycle deputy assigned to the city of Jurupa Valley, shot to death by a driver during a traffic stop. That suspect is also dead tonight. It really is an all too familiar ritual that played out again in Southern California. Hundreds of deputies forming honor lines outside a hospital, silently saluting, paying respect to that fallen deputy as a flag-draped casket was carried out to a hearse. This procession began at Riverside Community Hospital, where the deputy was pronounced dead. The destination was the county coroner's office. And so for the next hour, as the procession moved 30 miles down the 215 to Paris, we saw one of the largest convoys of patrol cars and motorcycles that we've ever seen. Hundreds of these vehicles, blue lights flashing for as far as our camera on Sky 9 could see. Firefighters and residents standing on overpasses, saluting. And with a massive American flag flying high up in the air, supported by a fire engine's aerial ladder, the procession parking required as the deputy's body was transferred to the office where investigators will learn more about how he died in that shooting. I'm Jasmine Veal. Pat and Juan have the night off. A somber night for law enforcement across Southern California. The Riverside County Sheriff just spoke and gave details about the deputy's death, and he also railed against the legal system that he says kept putting a violent, lifelong criminal back on the streets. Of course, talking about the man who allegedly killed that deputy, Deputy Cordero, in cold blood. Kcal's Nicole Comstock live in Jurupa Valley now tonight with these late-breaking details. Nicole.
That's right, Jasmine. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco just made some statements at that press conference about an hour and a half ago that are sure to infuriate a lot of viewers back home and in this neighborhood, those people directly affected by this shooting. He says that the suspect should have still been in jail and that it was the legal system ultimately that failed Officer Cordero.
Deputy Cordero learned from his mother the value of serving and helping others.
Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco speaking at a press conference about the legacy of service left behind after the violent killing of one of his beloved motorcycle deputies, 32-year-old Isaiah Cordero.
Instead of sentencing him to 25 years to life, which should have happened, the judge lowered his bail, allowing him to be released.
Bianco announced that the suspect, William Shea McKay, had an extensive criminal history and was recently released from jail after a third-strike kidnapping offense in 2021. Bianco called out the judge in that case, saying this tragedy would have been prevented if she had done her job. Now in the dark, investigators are looking over evidence here at Golden West and Condor in Jurupa Valley. It was in front of these homes this afternoon that Deputy Cordero pulled over a truck, and deputies say McKay shot him, killing him before going on the run. Dozens of deputies chased after McKay as he led them on a pursuit that spanned several Inland Empire freeways, the 60, the 210, and the 15. Eventually, an armored vehicle like this one rammed into his truck here in Norco, pinning it to the side of the freeway. This after